Hello ladies and gentlemen, you join us in the lobby for the start of Season 25's F1 season here in PSGL. And yeah, we're waiting on a driver. I think it's Toxic Tomato, but we've got to get something up because Odems for once actually had a good idea. Speaking of which, we've got Odems in the commentary box with me, full-time commentary team. Can you believe what you're seeing? It's going to be a great season. Hope you're all looking forward to it. We've got the best grid on F1 PS4, obviously, and we've got the best commentators on F1 PS4. Debatable. Anyway, welcome, Odems, Shane, whatever people call you these days.
I am so happy for the viewers that they get to be here while I commentate on the PSGL F1 grid. That is so good for them, I think. I wish I was them, honestly. I'm jealous.
I tell you what, the second we start the stream, we have this great idea, and the lobby's currently being reset. Good start, good start.
Good brain.
Go back to F2. If that's where you've been, we'll let you know when we're live, don't worry. Well, we're staying
Or
live.
stay here.
Or stay here.
Or stay
I mean,
here.
We can humour you. This will give us a chance, I guess, to go through the grades, won't it? Before we get started.
Speaking of humour, you want to hear a joke?
If it's not racist, then sure.
Your league racing career.
I finished second last night. It was a good race. If you didn't see F3, watch it after this.
In F3. You finished second in F3.
I
have a modicum of shame. Like a little tiny bit of shame.
No one shames Paga for winning it. I was only 7 tenths behind him.
He should have shame as well.
Ugh. Anyway, I'm going to quickly go through our grid for the season, and then I'll go through the seemingly only changes we have tonight. Anyway, we've got Mercedes for the season. We're going to have Onyx and McQueen. I'm probably not saying that right, McQueen, but I don't care. Ferrari will have Jacotex and Lickle. Red Bull, Blizzard and Liam. McLaren will be Casper and Lee Finlay. Renault will be Lakitu and LRT Jonathan. Alfa Romeo will be Amir and Rafa, and I believe they're both not here unless Amir suddenly become Lion. But we certainly know that Rafa's not here, and he's been replaced by Yarno, who only ever did 5 races. Didn't end too well. He did win 2 of them, but then rage quit after a while. Racing Point, we've got Forbes and we've got Deso. Still don't know if I'm saying his name right, but I haven't been corrected yet, so I'll keep going. And Toro also will have Toxic Tomato and Midnight. That's if Toxic Tomato has actually shown up yet. He hasn't. And then Haas will have Calzo and Gill. And then in Williams, Louis and Paris. It's a pretty stacked grid. Have you got an invite?
I have not gotten it.
Right, I shall invite you.
We're definitely missing out on some very good drivers, but
just because you're not in it,
that's not the main. It's a decent reason, but it's not the main reason. Like, who's Toxic Tomato?
F2 champion.
Who is he?
F2 champion.
Alright, fair enough. Who's MNT? Nah, he's actually pretty decent. Alright, who's
Wanna keep
why
going?
is Midnight here? He's gotten better, actually, now that I think about it. He
has got better, yeah.
Right. It's a good grid. It's a good grid, but I just feel like it's usually when you look at PSGL F1 grids, you have a star-studded, you have big names that resonate throughout the community.
Well,
I'm not feeling it this time, you know?
We've got plenty of big names. We've got Blizzard, we've got Casper, we've got Jarno, we've got...
I said big names, not big bit. Alright, let me stop right there.
Big names? They are big names. They've been big PSGL names. They've been the hard hitters in the last few seasons. We've got a very competitive top grid. You know?
Wanted a bit more oomph, you know what I mean?
Just because we don't have JD yet. Yeah, I mean, we'll get him in at some point. Get him in at some point. At least we've got Yarno, right? At least we've got Yarno. Get me in too. I'll crawl around at the back.
Imagine a grid with Casper, Blizzard, Lewis, Limitless, Yarno, and me. That's shithousery right there.
Yeah, it is, but we haven't quite got that. And also, I said no swearing. This is my rule.
It wasn't a swear. It was a verb.
I know, but there was an element of cursing, and for my professional streaming standards, as you all know me for, I don't swear. If I'm in an F1 race and something goes wrong, I'll swear up a storm. But not on a commentary box. I've got people to impress. Have I? Probably don't, actually. Still won't swear, though. Anyway, hello, we've got about 15 of you here already. Don't really know why you're here yet. I mean, we haven't even started yet. We must be so gargantuan at this point. So, yeah.
Massive. Are we in the lobby or loading in?
We're loading in. We'll be...
Oh, I'm not loading in. That's not ideal.
Yeah, you are on my screen. Are you? Hold on a minute. Is your name even on there? Yeah. Is your name on there? I don't actually see your name on there. Maybe I'm missing it. Or maybe you've just disappeared. Mind you, I don't see my name on there either. So maybe it doesn't count spectators. I never really looked at this menu.
I've already left.
You've already left. Well, this is a great
start. Try and load back in. Great start. Terrific.
We've been here for 5 minutes and Shane Odems has already gone and messed it up. Well, we've got plenty of people. We've got many people in the stream having a lovely time waiting in the menus for Lion, who's taking his time. He's taking his sweet time, isn't he? Lobby glitch, according to him. Well, Lion says that there's a lobby glitch, so we might be waiting a while still.
Oy vey. Ay, Dios mío.
Maybe we shouldn't have started.
Yeah, I think we should have started by the end of qualifying.
Yeah,
I think that would have been safe.
You've been here 5 minutes, you've made one seemingly good decision that it turned out to be terrible.
Yeah, that's actually my life in a nutshell.
It just is, isn't it?
I'm honest.
Yeah, shame, man.
What do you know about me? Shut up.
Good question. Well, listen, it could be going worse, right? At least we don't have we don't. Actually, it's Main. I'm not going to mention that because he's a good commentator. But at least we don't have a face cam with. Yeah, sorry, I shouldn't say that. Cam? I had to go through it with the joke, but actually, he's a good commentator. So yeah, don't give him abuse. Actually, don't give Andy abuse because he's a good commentator. It was mildly funny though, but don't give him abuse. Right, we've got we actually have got everyone here now. We've got a full grid. Debatable if Lion can come back or not, but he has got his name in the top left corner, so I'll assume he can. So we're only looking for Odems now. Have you got back in?
Yeah, I'm spectating.
Yay! And Lion's back as well. We've got a full grid, folks. Thank goodness for that. Right. Hopefully Lion can take control of his car now. If he can't, we might restart, but if he can, then we're fine. Anyway, we've got some cars coming out of the pits. Have you used the new spectator mode system with the map yet?
I have not, no.
You'll love the map. The
track map. That's nice.
The map is very nice.
Ooh.
I love the map.
It's very nice.
It is an absolute lifesaver.
Though, it's taken them 3 games to not be like too happy about it.
I mean, I wouldn't really complain about it. It's nice to have, isn't it? So anyway, I've got to say, I'm looking at the driver, one of the drivers that I am putting forward for a title push. Casper, he finished second in the Drivers' Championship last season. He's currently first on the road at the moment. And, do you know, I know he won pre-season with a bit of luck, but I do think he's got a realistic chance of pushing Louis to the title this season. And, of course, it'll be Louis' third in a row he's going for right now. Something which we probably don't see too often on these leagues, but yeah, he's been that dominant in this game. Hopefully someone can give him a bit of a challenge anyway. Hopefully if he does win it, he doesn't win it 3 races early. Mind you, with a 10 race calendar, you probably won't see that too often. But yeah.
As someone who has bad luck, don't let the standings fool you. I think that he's not like some sort of demigod. He has peak Blizzard, who I regard as one of the most unbeatable drivers out there. Lewis will have chinks in his armor throughout the season, and I don't think he's going to have it easy this season at all. Casper, Yarno, Blizzard, a lot of drivers are going to make it tough for him, and it'll be good. Let's get someone different.
Yeah, it's good that we have got plenty of names up there. I'm interested as well to see how the F2 graduates do this season. Of course, didn't go too well for Will Murdoch last season, but I've got high hopes for Toxic Tomato, and I think Gil as well, who came up. I'm not sure there's any more, but certainly those two looked strong in the pre-season race in China, and so it'll be interesting to see how they get on in a full-time F1 spot. And they've got 10 races to prove that they are good on this game before we all switch over to F1 2020. So, yeah. Well, that's assuming they release it early. We're all sort of assuming they release it early. It'd be quite the curveball they don't, because they haven't released anything yet. It seems quite weird that we are still waiting for some news in F1 2020. But, oh well. I believe Lee is the first one on the lap at the minute because Casper did pit. You can see he's currently in the garage if you use that fancy map on the right hand side of the screen. But anyway, Lee will be our benchmark. Don't expect it to be anything special, and no one's going to be giving it their all on their first lap, but still, it'll be nice to see A time on the board, and that's only 2/10 of what Connor could do on the mediums. And Liam's already beaten that, so that's why Connor retired, folks. He's really dropped off form. As Louis,
Really?
that's a 10th. That's a 10th.
And mentally not there anymore.
That's a 10th of my F3 time yesterday there from Louis. That's absolutely insane. This is
I don't really think
crazy.
Anybody asked Owen.
I'm just saying. But listen, I've got the racer's insight now. You know, this feels good having the racer's insight. I raced this whole race yesterday. I finished second. It was a good day. Blizzard sets an invalid time on those softs. So it was a 26.5. Not too shabby. Probably should change that. There you go, that's better. But yeah, these early runs are a tad pointless, I'll be honest with you. Yeah, it's all really about the last run. But yeah,
I don't think they're too pointless. I think it's good to get a really good benchmark lap on the hards. Like Lewis could improve on that lap time. Maybe set like a 0.2, and if he does mess up his medium lap, he might still sneak into the top 10, or maybe 11, and still have a decent shot winning the race, for example. So I don't think they're entirely pointless. It's good to get a good lap in.
Right, well, most people have either done a lap or are on out laps or on in laps. So I think Lickle's the only one who's actually currently on a proper lap at the minute as he heads through the middle sector. Good pace at the minute, as he has a big slide on the exit there, 13, I think that was. But yeah, I think he's also possibly a driver to look at this season in that Ferrari. Ferrari, of course, not having the best luck in any league ever, but this could be their year, you never know. He's also got that number 15 on his car, rocking my number, which can only bring you good things, as we know from experience. But yeah, got on P10 at the moment. His teammate is currently on lap as well, Jagotex, and he had a decent season last time out. Maybe it could have been better for him, but he could certainly give himself a good run at the title this season if he can stay consistent. But anyway, Casper, will we actually see a lap from him this time? I was looking forward to his lap on the sauce, even if it was going to be invalid, but he decided to bail out of that, and he's going to just do his lap on hards now. A few people have done their second lap on hards, but no one's really lighting the timing screens up. Not even Louis on that second try, so maybe he's doing a third one actually. That could be what he was saving for. In fact, it's exactly what he was saving for. He's out there, 2/10 up in the middle sector, looking to put that Williams even further ahead on those hard tyres and just embarrass all of us who did F3 yesterday.
I mean, it is embarrassing for you enough.
I know,
yeah, look, good lap from Lewis.
His life, man.
I'm interested in Yarno. I'm glued to Yarno. You know, me and him have no prior beef whatsoever. He's just a random person that I see on my screen, I'm interested to see what he does on this lap, the Sauber, for no reason, by the way.
I'm more interested in Casper, so you can watch Yarno, although we'll probably be able to see Yarno in the background, as Casper does actually set a purple middle sector according to the map, which is almost certainly wrong, but could be.
Oh.
Anyway, final 2 corners, because these apparently are 2 corners. That's news to me, as a Mercedes on the McQueen that spins in the final corner. 12 seconds off the pace at the moment, so not having a great run, as Casper goes P9 and Jarno goes P2.
P2, good lap.
I think we've got every single driver on hards at the moment. Whether they're in the pits or out on track, they've all got hard selected, so they're all being nice and boring for us. Wouldn't expect anything more from a Bahrain qualifying session, in all fairness.
Sadly, I really think that one league needs to just full qualifying.
I think your mic is lagging a bit now, by the way.
Is it now?
Yes. At least it is from my side. I don't know if the chat are getting that too. I hope it isn't, because that'd be really irritating for them, but I can live with it. Don't know if they can now.
Oh, well.
Yellows. That's probably people slowing down.
They'll get over it.
I hope so, because they're gonna have to stick here the whole night. Well, I mean, they don't have to, but they do. We've actually got into the 40s already. We've already beaten last season's best race attendance for a crowd. You must draw in a crowd, Odin. So I should have you in these more often.
I do. I'm literally the reason half of the people are here. Nobody actually wants to see racing. They just want to see my voice or hear my voice. They want my insight.
Annoying. Like, what have I done wrong? I'm meant to be the guy that is the main commentator. You want to come here because I'm so good at this job. Odems gets called up yesterday, smashes my view record. Well, it hasn't quite smashed the Livid record, but I reckon that was probably more for the drivers in Livid Cup rather than the commentator, but I digress.
It's a big word for you, Owen, digress.
Yeah.
PG.
Now look at this. I wonder if Blizzard's going to get a bit of stitching of his teammates here. He's purple in the middle sector, and he actually could be a genuine purple this time. It was very close to Louis' middle sector, but can he put that car at the front? He said to me at the end of last season this will be a very strong season for him. He loves these tracks. He thinks he can do quite well. He's nowhere near the top. I think the map is a bit wrong, isn't it, when it says purple?
Tiny bit.
Tiny bit.
Speaking of Blizzard's teammate, VLT Midnight, what a progression he's made in F1. He used to be CXY. He joined One Hub.
He just crashed.
Here. Okay,
he's also not his teammate.
You know what? No, I'm not even going to say what I was going to. I'm not even going to finish my sentence. Screw him for doing that. Screw him.
Well, you shouldn't have called him his teammate.
Yeah, you're right. Not his teammate, but still, screw him. I was bigging him up, and he's just gone and crashed.
He's clearly spun the final corner, I imagine. I think a few people did that yesterday. In F3 as well. It seems to be quite a difficult place to get the traction down for some reason. I never had any issues with it, but I saw Paudy ahead of me. He nearly had a massive accident. So did Paga.
That's the name we need back in F1. Not this toxic to Paudy.
Oh, JD, would you hurry up and get into the grid, please? Get out of the chat. Get into the grid. I've been bigging you up. I've been bigging you up for ages. You gotta give us some good rep here. Anyway, Liam coming through the final 2 corners, and he's having a side for there as well. So it must be just a general traction nightmare. As
I saw that with Desto as well. He was turn 11 hairpin, or 10 hairpin, and he just lost it completely under braking. So. It's slippery out there for these guys, but that makes it a bit more fun for us. As Lickle, almost as the back end on his lap too.
I wonder if Louis fancies lowering this benchmark even further, because he's going for his 4th lap on these hards now, and he looks to be pushing on them. Let's see, first sector, will he be up? No, but he's close. He's missing the apexes though in the start and middle sector. Maybe not the best run. I mean, still far and away quicker than anyone else so far. It's actually Forbes in second now. I didn't see that happen, but he's actually gone to 2nd place in the Racing Point.
Lewis is so clear of everyone else.
Yeah, Louis having a dreadful lap. He's having a dreadful lap.
That's the thing about Lewis. The thing about Lewis is that he's really good on hard tires. Like those first runs we usually do on the hardest compound, he's really good at that. And it's not really relative to what he's going to do on the mediums. Like, he can be like a second clear, but he won't do that like on the softer compounds. I think it's like a preference thing. It's weird. Also, he's fat, so that's a different issue. But yeah, 4/10 clear of the next driver. He's on the softs, by the way.
I know. I'm watching him. I'm waiting to see him apply the brakes heavily at some point, but he isn't at the moment. He's not on course to beat Louis' time, but I wonder if he's just going to track extend somewhere or something. I'd be very surprised if this is a glory run to stick him on pole, because it wouldn't make any sense. The strategy, I mean, it could work if you get a safety car, I guess, if you start on the softs, but that is, yeah, that's a glory run that he's abandoning. Probably on lean mix, I'd imagine, on the fuel with that. I'd hope so. I hope he's got more in the tank.
Yeah, it would be such a Lee Finley move to just start on the soft and just ruin everyone's race. No reason other than to ruin everybody's race, because he's done that to me. My race, a lot of times.
Well, I think Slash did the same thing in F3. He just stuck the softs on, it ruined everyone's race.
Yeah,
it's impossible to pass here, that's the issue. I mean, it could be a viable strategy if he does start on them and then gets into the lead and there's a safety car.
It's impossible to what?
Huh? It's impossible to pass.
What did you say to...
Listen, I know you did it here. I know you did it. Didn't you? You did, didn't you? I was in that race.
It's impossible to pass?
I think I would remember you passing for the win.
What do you mean it's impossible to pass? It's Bahrain. What?
It's impossible to pass.
In Bahrain?
Yes. Have you ever been in a DRS train?
Okay, well, you could have said that.
That's what I'm saying. If Lee sticks at the front, if someone,
all context from the situation.
If somebody was to go on the front with the softs and they lead away, you're not passing them unless you dive bomb them, and even then you're going to hit them, because that's how you have to get by. Like I say again, I'm going to reference F3. That's the only way. It was free wide into turn 1 on lap 25 because everyone just dive bombed. That's the only way you can pass. If you're in a DRS train. If you're not in the DRS train, it's easy. But if you are in a DRS train, you're in trouble.
It's not impossible. I've seen people... It takes a lot of skill. It takes a lot... You have to get pretty lucky. But it...
Yeah, your mic's just
stuck on the back of someone.
Completely died there. We missed all of that. Explain again.
That's a shame because... That's a shame, because what I was saying was extremely incisive and smart.
It probably was as well, obviously.
Well, I'm not going to repeat it, but all I know is that I definitely cracked some sort of universal code there, because the nuance in what I just said was incomparable to anything that scientists have ever touched on. I'm not going to repeat it, though, because that's a waste of words.
Right, shall we just focus on the last 2 minutes of qualifying? Because
that's a decent idea, yeah.
We've got Jacotex currently out there on a lap, going for pole position, obviously. Up by nearly 2/10, but he has just abandoned. He's just abandoned. Right, who should we watch? Should we watch Jarno? Let's watch Jarno.
No.
No? But I thought you liked watching Jarno. I thought there was no beef. You can just sit back, watch him, and enjoy his brilliance.
Jarno, I've never had a beef with him before, but I don't want to watch him.
And now he's on a night lap. That does not make sense. It always changes if he's on a night lap or not.
Let's watch the sociopath of the grid.
Yeah,
CRG Blizzard.
Well, I was thinking of more Louis.
Let's talk about this man a little bit.
Oh, he's going to have a massive slide, and that is a save and a half.
I was just about to big him up.
You should shut up, shouldn't you, really? You keep trying to big people up.
Every time. Actually, Jarno is such a good... Jarno is amazing. The skill he has compared to anyone on the grid is just superb. He's not on the lap, so there's no point doing it right now. But just what a driver, Jarno.
Yeah, okay. Right then. Well, we'll watch Jarno as he finishes his lap. Blizzard will still pit. He will pit, actually. Okay, he's going to, I guess, have to try someone else as Gil goes fastest. We'll see these times tumble. How many will get into the 26s, I wonder. as Jarno comes up to the line. This should be the finisher lap. It is. It said out lap. It wasn't. It's a 26.8. Can Louis get anywhere near that? He's abandoned. He's going to try again. Is that Casper just ahead of him? I think it is. Right. I fancy watching Casper on this lap. Could be a good one. Don't want to jinx him, obviously. We're sick of jinxing people, but this could be a good lap.
I love jinxing people. Casper, of course, is a fellow VSR driver. I'm wishing all the best for him because VSR do have the best personnel. In my honest opinion. But yeah, I expect a good lap from Casper. Who's the nearest driver to cross the line?
I have absolutely no idea, but it might be Paris. No. Paris, he's gone P2.
It's Jarno.
Jonathan's gone P2. Right, who's next? It's a Ferrari. I have no idea which one it is. Jacotex, and then after that's a Mercedes. It must be Lamaquina. He's gone P10. Right, let's just focus on Casper because I'm too busy trying to figure out who's next across the line. Just focus on a lap, enjoy it, and have a look at the timing screens if you're interested. But it's currently Jarno on pole. We'll look out for Louis because Louis will be there. Paris second, Forbes second. We've got 4 drivers within a tenth of a second. It's fantastic seeing how close these guys are. But where will Casper fit into all this? We've got a car off in Narnia. That'll be most likely Lakiti in the final corner. You'll see where he is. There he is. Casper will cross the line before Louis, so we'll see his time first. It's P5, and Louis P1, and that is P1. Some lap.
26.5. He is literally obese, by the way, but that's beside. What a lap! He gets pole position. I think I'm more impressed with Forbes in 3rd place.
Unfortunately, there, Toxic Tomato, he had an invalid time. Would have been enough to get him into that top 10. But yeah, I'm not quite working out for him there. But look at that, the field spread. Field spread, 8 tenths separating the top 17. Good stuff. And we've got nearly 70 people here. So, hello. Thank you all for joining qualifying. I hope you've enjoyed qualifying, but the big race is incoming.
70 people.
67 to be exact, but I mean, it counts, right? We can round it up. We'll round it up.
This entire time, I'm so sorry.
Suddenly he gets nervous. But, hold on a minute.
No,
Louis just binned it into the back of the McLaren. Is that a sign of things to come? But anyway, like I say, we've got a grid that's looking very close. And again, I'm going to bring up F3, but if it's any indication, we're going to get a banger. Because when a grid's so close like this, it means you're not too many people pulling away, hopefully. And it means you'll just get DRS train the race. And it's going to be great. But let's just quickly go through the grid. It's Louis on pole from Jarno, then Forbes, Liam, Jacotex, Casper, Jonathan Calzo, Paris, and Onyx, your top 10. And they're all going to be starting on mediums. Then outside the top 10, you've got Lickle, Lee, Gill, Line, Deso, Lakitu, McQueen, Blizzard, Toxic Tomato, and Midnight. Interesting grid. Looking forward to this. And 26.5 might be the fastest lap I've ever seen around this track. I don't recall seeing one quicker than that. Maybe not live, anyway.
Look at that. I don't remember what it was. I think it was 2nd to 6th. They were all within, like... That was insane.
It was about a tenth of a second, wasn't it?
Yeah. If that's any indication to go by, we're in for either an amazing race or a boring slipstream fest.
One or the other.
I know which one I hope for. I know which one I hope for.
Well,
the slipstream fest. I don't want these drivers to have any fun.
I mean, DRS slipstream fest isn't bad. It's actually quite fun for a driver's perspective. Maybe not for a commentator's perspective, but we've got a full grid of 20 drivers. What's the likelihood we'll get all 20 to the finish?
The same likelihood that Pokimane knocks on my door and says, "Hey, if you want to go on a date."
So quite high then. Maybe in your dreams, but
finishers. I think we will have all 20 finishers. No, we're not going to. Definitely, there's always one person. Like, who's gonna sit in 20th and be like, "Oh, this is fine." They'll leave, aren't they?
Yeah, fair enough. I reckon the two Tauruses probably have something to prove being stuck at the back. But we'll see what these guys decide to do. Hopefully, whatever they do, it's nice and clean. Right then, quick helmet review. You can help me out with a helmet review if you fancy. This is
no, I refuse.
No? Okay, well, I might have to go through based on onboard shots. Lou's is nice. Jarno's is... it'll do. Forbes is nice because it's the same type. It's the same type as mine.
The helmet is bad too.
Liam's design is pretty decent. Jacotex has got, I think, a bit of blue on there. That's different. I like it. Casper's is still disgusting. Jonathan's, yeah, kind of like that one actually. Yeah, I might really like that one. Calzo's, yeah, no problems with that. Paris is, again, no problems with that. Onyx is still living in Halloween. I'm not a fan of that. Lickle, is that grey and white? I mean, it's alright, I guess. I think that's the same as Lee Finlay's. He's the first driver on hards, by the way. Gil, Lion, and Deso are on hards as well. Are they two Senna helmets in a row? Ugh, horrible. Lakitu is on mediums. Lama Queen is on mediums. And they've got alright designs. Blizzard, you can't even see his design, but I'm sure it's probably crap, really, let's be honest.
Blizzard all the way in 18th place. Not a good start to the season for him.
It's alright, actually. Blizzard is an alright helmet, but he will have to have a very good race to get himself back up there. Toxic Tomato.
So now that we've finished talking about helmets.
Midnight's got a nice helmet.
Shut up.
Both on hards, as well as Blizzard.
About helmets. Oh my god, I'm going to hit you in the face. Now that we've finished talking about helmets, who's your top 3 prediction?
I'm going to be aggressive. I'm gonna have to stick to my guns. I still think Casper's got a chance. I reckon it'll be Casper from Louis from, do you know what, Blizzard. Put a wee wild card in there. Let's see how far Blizzard can get out of the field. He says he'll be strong.
I'm going to say it's going to be Lewis, Jarno, top 2, and then I'm just going to guess someone's going to get lucky off a safety car. So Lee Finlay for 3rd.
Well then, folks, this is it then. We've all been waiting for this moment. Season 25 is upon us, and the F1 season is about to get underway. When these 5 lights go out, we will be 20 cars, one of the longest runs down to turn 1 of the season, one of the heaviest braking zones for turn 1 of the season. Who knows what's going to happen? It's Louis on pole. And looks like a decent start from the reigning champion. I think Forbes had an okay start as well. He might challenge into turn 1, even though he's on the outside. We'll see what happens. A few on the grass as well. But we've got some side by side, but Forbes will have a go. If he can get the run up through turn 2, he should be up to P2, and he is ahead of Jarno. Good start from him. And further back, we've got a bit of action. We've got, I think, Paris in the gravel trap. He should get away. Lama Queen is retired. He must be in there with him too. And his safety car's out. Does anyone run into others? There's a potential of that. I don't think they have. I think we're all okay, but we've only lost one driver. Good start from Forbes.
He wanted to sneak ahead. Just sneak ahead by Jarno there. Jarno was also about to get the position back before the safety car. But a good start from Casper, up 2 positions. Bad start for Liam. I think he lost a place.
Now, I wonder if anyone's going to take an early pit stop, because hards can get to the end from, say, lap 4 onwards. From 4 onwards, they could.
No one's going to do that.
If you can make them last, I think they could. I certainly would feel confident doing a stint that long. Considering they'll pretty much be on 0 once you start up to lap 5. They'll be going from lap 5 onwards. And you'll more than likely get another safety car, right? So, will someone take that logic and take an early pit stop? It's only a suggestion.
Well, your logic just changed. Your logic just changed from you can get to the end to there'll probably be another safety car. You have to pick one, Owen.
You know, they will probably get to the end, but the safety car will help. It will incentivize them. They'll think, we get one, we might get more. There's a maximum of 5 you can get. But anyway, let's just watch them all prove me wrong. As no one pits. Yeah, no one's pitting.
You'll be for a wing change.
Yeah, probably wing changes.
Yeah, no.
If we get any. They're all faking us out here. Yeah, Paris is the only pitter because he was. He must have been the driver that collided then with Lama Queen then. But will he stick hards on and will he just go to the end? He sort of might as well. I mean, what's he got to lose? He's already last.
Someone's lost their front wing. I think it was Toxic Tomato. Tomato. I feel like American if I say tomato. So tomato. Fox is tomato. I think just lost his front wing off the back of Lequito.
Surprisingly, no penalties for a collision on the safety car. Normally, you get a 5-second penalty slam dunk for both drivers involved in a collision, but nothing. Maybe Toxic Tomato can make a pit stop as well. Mind you, he did start on hards. That'll be quite difficult for him now to make a strategy work. At least if you're on hards now, you could have a potential to get into the end. But if you're going on some mediums, no chance. Even I'm not that stupid to think that. But you know what? Even though we've got a safety car, that was relatively clean. I'm surprised we got one for Llama McQueen. Unless he was upside down or something, I'm quite surprised we got a safety car for that. I didn't even know where he went. I assume he must have went off with Paris, but I mean...
Already key to out pit. He's on the mediums and he's sort of there. I don't think he's really...
Look who's starting to warm to my idea.
Yeah, because he's on me. Shut up.
Exactly. That's what I was saying.
He's gonna lose what, like 2 positions?
Yeah.
He may as well.
God. Ugh.
Yeah, you were saying who will as if like Lewis would do it.
I'm just saying someone could, and maybe it was a sensible decision for someone to. Maybe Lakuti will take your advice. I fully agree with you. He should pit. Because what's he going to do from here when half the grid ahead of him are still on mediums? He's going to get nowhere, surely.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Will he take... Oh, he's going to spin! Oh, he's going to pit now, surely. Toxic Tomato gets to jump on him, but he won't be in the pits. And he'll probably be changing his underwear while he's in there.
Oh.
Talk about cutting it close. My goodness.
Oh man, that would have been so funny if he crashed. I would not let him live that down if he crashed.
I don't think anyone would, really. My goodness. Right then. Well, we'll forget we saw that. He's onto the hards, Toxic Tomato onto the mediums. Yeah, what's he going to do with that?
I hope Lewis does that.
Well, I keep saying it, that final corner is seemingly quite deadly on the traction. I mean, you wouldn't expect it to be, but it is. Even under safety car.
Yeah. I hope Lewis does that, and I hope Jarno does that too, and I hope Lickle does it. I hope Jaketex does it. I hope Blizzard, Paris, and Onyx do it too.
Lovely. Right then.
A lot of hit on this grid.
Well, while you wish death on the grid, let's quickly go through the drivers' gains and losses on those first couple of laps. Louis, of course, kept his P1, no real surprise there. He had a great launch off the line. Forbes got by Jarno into turn 1. Liam had a bit of a poor start. He lost 2 places. That helped Jaketex and Casper to make up 1 each. Desso has got a exceeding track limits penalty. That might well get taken off, though. Jonathan and Calzo stay where they started. Onyx made up 1. Gil made up 3. There's a bit of swapping and changing going on in the front, but it's not going to mean anything. Actually, Onyx and Gil made up 1 and 3 respectively. Safety cars in, so we've got to hurry this one up. Lickle made none, Lee made none, Lion made 1, Blizzard made 4, Desso made none, Midnight made 4, and then Paris went down 8, the biggest loser. Lakitu down 2, Toxic Tomato stayed where he started, somehow. And Llama Queen retired, having lost 3 positions, but we're getting ready to go again. Remember, there'll be no DRS until the start of lap 6. So these guys are going to be able to go a bit solo for that. Maybe this will help Louis out. He's just left the session. Ignore that. Forbes is going to take the lead then, isn't he? He should have a pretty clear run. And, well...
Wow, that is huge.
Now, can he pass him? Can he pass him? Is he allowed to do that? Because he might have held back, you know. I think he might have held back. Jarno and Jaketex. It's 4 wide nearly into turn 1. And Casper thought about it. They're all thinking about it. And there's going to be contact surely into there. We all get away with it. And we're side by side at the hill. Jarno leaves his contact. Casper in towards the gravel. Doesn't quite reach it. And he keeps going, but he's down to P7. But Jarno, he was able to take advantage. And I think Forbes just went a little bit too early on that. As, we see the reigning champion Louis falling through the field. How unlucky is that? He can't rejoin now, by the way. He cannot rejoin because of the disqualification you'd get, because you can exploit track limits massively. His season opener is over.
Wait. That's a rule? What?
Well, if you rejoin, then after DCing, if you rejoin, you can cut every corner and you'll get away with it. So you can't
Yeah,
rejoin.
I know,
I guess.
Yeah, I know,
mean,
but
maybe
like...
he can try and rejoin, and if he proves he doesn't cut any corners,
Yeah, that's
then again,
what I was thinking. Like,
who's gonna watch his entire race though? That's the question.
he... That's a really harsh rule.
Yeah, it is a bit harsh, but hopefully
If that rule was in effect,
people are saying the
the
glitch was fixed. But did you see the clip from AOR last night? It was certainly not fixed.
I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't think it'll happen every time.
Oh, it's been a bit of contact into that final corner. These guys are giving it some towards the back of the field. Paris up into 13th on that restart. Not too bad for him, but back up to the front. Let's see how these guys are getting on. Jacotex, I reckon Jacotex has a good chance here on the back of Yarno. He could have got by to turn one, then again, who couldn't really? It was looking all crazy into there. And look at this, we've got more contact in the midfield as they race up the hill. They're having a good old scrap. Just wait until DRS gets into effect. Every single driver is going to get it, except for Louis, because of course he's not here. If we keep the gaps the way they are. He's out of it.
Forbes is going to need to bust the gut to make sure he stays in that DRS. Just about out of now. So we can keep up with those two.
Well, I mean, when they start getting into the DRS fight, everyone will catch up. It'll all close up inevitably, I'd imagine. What this does mean actually is that Forbes is in a bit of clean air actually, so I mean, this might not be the worst position to be in if he can just get himself back into that DRS when the time comes. We'll see what he does, but yeah. I think Louis said he'll come back and race for fun. He's already 8.4 seconds off the nearest car. Anyway, in fact, Yarno's actually broke DRS as well. The top three are separating themselves. I'm surprised by this.
Yarno busted a gut on that lap. Pretty good stuff there from him.
I'll put tyres back up. There you go. Right, here comes Liam then. Liam isn't going to wait for DRS. He's going to go for it into turn 1 on Forbes, or at least show himself. Maybe try and pressure the racing point into going wide. He's got to be careful because he's got Jonathan on the back of him and then Arlington and the rest of the field in effect. Gil, by the way, the highest runner on the hard compound tyre, something to think about. We've got Deso and Lakitu fighting away up the hill in the fight for effective last place. And that's quite a lot of defence actually going on up there, but still a bit of a dive bomb from Lakitu. Doesn't quite get it done. That's a good old fight for 14th this will become, because they're all really going for it as they head down the hill. I hope we'll see this a bit more throughout the field. But yeah, DRS enabled for the first time this lap. No one in the top 3 gets it.
On one hand, I'm really... stuck for that to happen, especially my favourite track. On the hand, it couldn't have happened to a more deserving person, you know what I mean?
Who? Sorry, you might cut out. Are you talking about Louis? Oh, he's back.
Saying that, can you hear me? Right?
No. I'll be honest, I can't hear you.
Okay. Let me just stop talking for a while.
Yeah, I think your mic must be having a bit of a spasm or something. I hope it's not me that's causing it. I think the stream is still running okay, so it might just be you. Right then, Liam.
What I was trying to say is that I feel bad for Lewis, but his luck, especially in PSGL, has been absolutely insane. So, I'm happy it happened.
Incisive, nice and informative. Good stuff, worth waiting for. But we've now got a fight for 14. Not quite a fight I was expecting to be commentating over, but they're going for it again. Up towards turn 4. Outside, Lion. Inside, Toxic Tomato. Good tire advantage for Toxic Tomato. They should have this, but Lion is giving it a good fight. And they're going side by side the whole way down the hill. But Toxic Tomato does come out on top, and there goes Midnight on the inside as well. Looking to try and get by the Alpha 2, and he has done it. And Deso close, but not quite close enough. Right, now if we can get rid of that at the front of the field, I'd be thrilled, thanks.
Yeah, Liam is right on the back of Forbes. Seems Forbes is pretty much the sitting duck of this pair of drivers, as Jake is of Yarno. So it's good to see that the race isn't over and done with. But yeah, Forbes is going to be under a lot of attack here from Jonathan and Liam.
Lion could end up starting this lap 14th and ending at 18th. He's got Lakitu now all over him. He's been swarmed this lap, but let's see if Liam can get by Forbes. It looks quite good down towards turn 1. We'll see how much Forbes decides to defend, because that could decide whether Jonathan decides to go for anything. Looks though like Liam had enough straight line speed to just blast past before the braking zone. So he's up into the podium positions just like that.
Well, if he wants to, but I think he's going to sit back and hold firm with his ERS rather.
ERS though is pretty easy to save, in fairness. You can just run 0 in the middle sector.
Look who's joining this pack, Onyx and Casper.
Well, the entire field down to 13 for in this train.
Yeah, I was about to say, everybody's joining this field.
Yeah. It's quite the sight, isn't it? Onyx actually looks like he fancies a move on Jonathan at some point soon. Then again, they all do. Hope we get a good shot of this. This will be a good shot. You'll see them all blast past. Look at that.
Crazy.
You love to see it.
You don't. I hate it. Forbes. Oh, look at that understeer. That dirty air. Really. So I've got the gearbox glitch for Jonathan, so not going on board with him.
Luckily, I can go on board with him. And now this is what I love. Everyone just snakes over to one side and it all just goes left, right, left, right. Oh, the whole field isn't playing ball. Casper's not playing ball with it. Oh, that kind of ruins it.
I used to love doing that just to the ruin overtake me, just so I could see the snake.
It's so funny. Like, it's such a great sight. And they're doing it again. You love to see it.
That's for ruining it.
Like I say, Casper is just ruining this entire thing for us. He's driving properly, you see, that's the problem.
How dare he?
What a disgraceful driver, like, imagine being so egotistical and stuff. By the way, can I just say, again, in this train, Gil is still doing a good job. He's still the highest runner on the hards.
Yeah.
And the longer this train stays a train, the more chance he's got to gain from it, because they're right there. And he'll be on good tires at the end compared to everyone else on hards. Mind you, the hards can still, they'll go faster and faster every lap, so he'll just need to hope his mediums don't lose grip towards the end of his race, but he should be faster for a good amount of time.
The hards don't lose wear, but towards the end, if you pit early, if you pit it too early, they can become a nightmare. My source on this is me beating Lewis on the track. So that Liam is seemingly streaking away a bit from Forbes. Jakey Tex is losing Yarno, so he's really putting the hammer down. Let's see if anyone's going to make a move in this DRS train, which is a big DRS train because they're all in DRS.
And that's why it's impossible to overtake, because everyone's in this train. It needs a mistake or a dive bomb to make an overtake work, unfortunately.
Or it just needs someone to be really up against it. Like, I reckon Calzo could do it on Casper if he's really hits all his braking points this lap and sticks to the back of him to the final corner. That being said, he's lost time. Casper's now more on the back of Onyx than anything.
I mean, realistically, the most likely overtake is probably still Forbes to get by Liam, because Liam simply doesn't have DRS for 3, runs a lap, so realistically, Forbes, if he can be, let's say 4 tenths behind, going onto the main straight, he's got a chance. That's what he's targeting. But we'll see if he can manage that on this lap. He's certainly there at the moment, but then dirty air could affect it. He's got good ERS saving. He could whack that to overtake.
There's people in the chat calling me lag dams. I hate it here. Going home.
I'll tell you what, Forbes is on for his fastest lap of the day so far, so I do wonder if he is planning an attack. He has just whacked it down to 0 ERS, mind you, but all about that main straight. I said he needed about 4 tenths, but that's really if you're on the overtake on the exit, and look at him, he's pitting.
Yeah,
So
lap 10
that's
is a good time to pit.
That's not a bad pit lap, because everyone pits on 11. I found out like the hard way yesterday. I was dropped right through the field because I was held in a random pit box because everyone just pitted on the same lap as me.
Same
So
time.
this is good from these guys.
Honestly, it could also even overcut them if they did on the same lap like that.
Now, did Forbes have a penalty? He must have. Because he's been jumped by a long way. I wasn't being held. I was having a penalty. And will Louis get them just to annoy them? He'll get Forbes. That could actually really annoy Forbes. But yeah, Louis.
Yeah, he did have a penalty.
Right there. Yeah.
Will that happen?
There you go. Must have hit someone or went wide. He might have been a driver that went wide on their safety car because track limits are so strict on their safety car. So that might be what happened. But look at this. Liam is still not on the pace. So, frankly, could Onyx be the big winner in all this? Because Liam appears to still be holding this train up a real treat at the moment.
I don't even think he is holding this train up. I think get overtaken. I think the same would happen. Like I don't really think it's down to his driving that everyone is pushed up together. I think they're all at a very similar pace. Casper's almost losing touch though with Jonathan, so he's gonna need to have a really good final corner here. Make sure he keeps in that DRS.
Top two stay out, by the way, but it looks like Liam is pitting, looks like Jonathan's pitting, Casper stays out, so does Calzo, Gill, Lickleblocks, Lee Finlay, and everyone else, really. Yeah, we're all going to stay out.
A penalty for ignoring it.
Oh. Now, Jonathan has, yeah, not quite beaten Liam out, but will they beat Onyx? That is something that will be interesting to see. Whether, or at least how close will Onyx be? They might not be close at all, but we'll see. He might get Jonathan. He will get Jonathan. Onyx does get Jonathan. And he's got those one lap older tyres, which I mean they're more heated up and ready to go. And Jonathan's got Louis all over him, which will not help his cause either.
Oh, Lewis is back. Didn't even notice.
But Louis is not going to... I don't think Louis is going to go for anything stupid. He doesn't want to ruin these guys' races, does he? Does he? I always going to question it, you know. Because, you know, he can't let his ego fall.
So essentially he's lost the pit stop, but if he can stay behind these guys, well, it's not too bad, is it?
Well, I mean, listen, he gets a safety car, he's back in it.
Yeah.
So, you gotta
especially one now. That would... He got one now. That would be amazing for him. I really hope he doesn't.
Yarno stays out, but it looks like Jacob Tex is gonna go for the undercut. And will Casper stay out? Casper is staying out. I wonder if he's looking for a safety car as well, because I don't really see why he's not pitted at all.
I remember Yarno doing this. Before in Britain.
Oh, look, here comes Lee Finley on Lickleblocks. Down the inside to turn one. He's late on the brakes. Oh, that's a lot of contact. No damage though. That was aggressive, and there's more contact off the road. That'll be into the gravel as well if he's not careful. And Blizzard got by. Paris nearly got taken out, and he's now going to go flying up the inside, and he's going to make contact with a Ferrari as well. And these guys are really letting it rip now. But sure, continue your thought now. Sorry.
I don't remember what I was saying. What was I saying?
I have no idea.
Oh yes, I remember now.
Yarno
did it similar in that infamous Britain race in F1 2018. I believe 3 or 4 seasons ago. 4 seasons ago, where he pretty much he loses time in the in the undercut, but his tires are so much fresher than everybody else that he just paces all the way back that advantage. So I think that's another lap in the state.
Right, so Jarno has got his pit light on now, as does Casper, so it will mean that Gale will take the lead in this race, and well, if he gets a lucky safety car, you just never know. But Jarno into the pits, Casper will follow him, Gil will lead a lap on his debut. Next lap.
Lickle into the pits.
And yeah, Lickle, not too surprised to see Lickle in the pits there. He had quite a scary lap. Where is Onyx going to be then? Onyx, I really do think Onyx could be quite a big winner in all this. And Lee, has he gone for it again?
He just got back past Paris.
Onyx does end up, I think that's a net 4th place there. Not bad. Not bad at all.
Yeah. You're going to need to make sure tires are in good condition come the end of the race, though, because they don't fall off dramatically this performance, noticeably.
Here's Forbes, by the way, and Lickle. They're fighting away at the back now. And, yeah, they're probably the two big, or at least Forbes is probably the biggest loser in this. But
in general, I agree, yeah.
Yeah, because he just had that penalty. Really unfortunate. But, rules are rules. If you don't follow the rules, you get penalties, you'll be in trouble. But now Gil is just hoping and praying that one of these fights goes wrong in a rather catastrophic way, and he can
3
get...
seconds behind Calzo, who was, what, 8th before the first round of pit stops? So that is terrible for Forbes.
Yeah, like I say, these top 4, even Toxic Tomatoes to an extent. Well, okay, let's just go over this. The top 9 are all hoping for the safety car. No, that's what they need to get them into a good position, and the top 3 for a potential win. That's what they'll need that safety car for. Rest just
Tex is right behind Yano. You might have a goal here.
Oh, he is actually. You're right. He's looking at it, but he's not going for it. Is he playing the long game? Is he playing the long game, or should he have went for it? I think you're right. I think he should have went for it.
I think Yano is gonna pull away now because his tires are so much fresher.
But he has got another chance here, Jacotex, and it thought like he was ready to whip it on the inside, but he decided not to. And he's not going to... This isn't going to work in the long run.
No, look, Yano's just going to take away.
Although, in fairness...
You say it's hard to get out of DRS, but Yano can do it.
In fairness, so they will be catching up to Lion and Lakitu maybe soon. And they will be pitting for another 5-6 laps. Maybe less, actually. Maybe 3 or 4, actually, thinking about it. But still, they might catch. If they do, then that could help Jacotex, because it means Yarno can't pull away too far, but he's already pulling away. And he's got more ERS too, does Yarno.
For the race, he should have gone for it. He might have another chance.
We'll see. Into the final corner.
I don't think...
Again,
if used that much of ERS.
Again, I think if you're in the magic 4/10, then there's a chance, and there is a chance he's going to get by. He will get by. Jacotex is getting by, and Yarno doesn't seem too phased by it. He could be playing the long game himself.
I think he's no matter what. I think the best position here. His tires are what, 3 laps fresher? That's a significant.
It's only 1 lap fresher, actually.
Fresher.
Only 1 lap, actually.
It's 2. I swear, like, no, I'm pretty sure it's.
I think they both waited a while to pit. In fairness,
Jay pit lap 11 and Yano lap 13.
Wow, according to the graphics, it's 3 and 2, so it doesn't really compute that.
No,
I don't know.
I still think Yano is in the best because even it's all a difference, especially from the end of the race. So I think Yarno, especially with the more ERS he has, is in a decent. It's gonna be one of those things. Driver in front is just not using any of his ERS because he just knows there's no point. So they're just gonna all have like 100% battery come lap 25 or something. Maybe this will pave the way for to catch up finally, but doesn't look like it.
Nah. I think we've got a pitter. I think Gill's in the pits. He is in the pits. He's got Blizzard following him in. And Lee. All 3 into the pits. Now, who will make any gains in here? Because if it's a good pit stop for Blizzard, he could possibly get in ahead of Gill, but he won't.
Here comes Onyx on Liam and Jonathan.
Yeah, nothing really happening there, but the issue is Gill is going to be on the back of this. Gill's going to be in the back of this, and so is Blizzard. Whew. This is going to get fun now. I'm looking forward to these 3. This is where it gets interesting, because Liam, he's feeling the pressure now. He's going to have 7 cars right behind him. The 3 at the very back of the train are going to be the fastest on track. Get ready, folks. This is going to be fun.
Yeah, Liam is he's gonna have his work cut out to keep that podium.
And when we saw at F3 yesterday that the leader at that point, they were able to hold it right up until the closing stage, but once you get past once in this train, you collapse. You fall the whole way down. That's how it works.
Yeah.
So he's got to be super careful. I think actually the leader of the F3 race ended up crashing out on the final lap. He was into like 8th place by the end of it, even though he was first just 4 laps earlier. You just fall apart. So you've got to be careful. I think it was... I forget what he called him now, Slash.
No, I mean who asked?
Oh, come on, man. Leave us alone.
Here comes Arno and Jacotex has got DRS off the car ahead, which is the key to. But now he's going to back out of this one. Jacotex gets lucky here. He gets past the T2 and Yano doesn't. Let's see if that's what's going to happen.
Look how late on the brakes Onyx could go.
The key to end them both pass. Wow. Fair enough.
He knew it was this fight, I guess. But Paris can now join this train potentially as well if he can get by Lee. Lee's not really catching this train enough, but now we've certainly got Gill and Blizzard on it. It's a 6-way train at the minute for what will be P3.
Gill behind this train. Calzo should I think get out of the way. Very easy, very swift.
Well, you'd hope so.
Especially if your name is VRT Gill.
Now, does Jarno fancy getting back past Jacotex now, or is he just gonna, like I say, play the long game, do it whenever he wants? Because he can do it whenever he wants. He's
the best thing to do is save your DRS, and then in the lap you get past, just absolutely go for it. Try and get out of the DRS.
Really not giving it anything on that back straight. You see, I do wonder if he would fancy even letting him through before the final corner and then getting DRS the whole way up to turn 4. It's a tactic that it could work, but he's not going to do that because Jarno's going to get by him into turn 1 now. Jacotex, no real defence unless he can brake late. He's going to go for the cutback. He's hit him. No damage, but he went for the cutback. Didn't quite work out for him. And we've seen the lead swap hands again. Blizzard has gone up the inside. It's gone quite wrong by the looks of it. There's been contact and we've got Hasses all over the show. And that's going to break that train up a bit. But Gill has ended up at the head of that. Has he got damage? No. Has anyone got damage? No, I don't think so. We've all got away with that one, folks. But here comes Lee now on the inside of Paris. Or is that maybe Paris going for Lee? Yeah, it's probably more likely, isn't it? We've got yellow flags now. Toxic Tomato has spun off the track. He's down to 16th place.
I was about to bring. If I know me and Lee are very different. Me and Jake are very different drivers, but I would not try. I don't want you to stand away from me like that. I think I would defend that because I know we all try to make up reasons as to why we don't want people to swap into the lead like that because it's kind of boring for us. But I feel Yarno at any time I think could just pull away and just use all the DRS and get away. I would be wary of that. Jake Tex has, but to be fair, done well to keep in the DRS this lap. So it's happening this time, but...
Well, how do we know this isn't Jake Tex's plan as well? How do we know he hasn't got the pace to comfortably keep up as well? Okay, the ARS is lower, granted, but...
He did need an under... Yardo.
Yeah, but now he can just sit in DRS and save that ARS up again, and then suddenly he'll be on the upper hand. He's going to hit him. Oh, he's not quite. He's getting close. He can brake late. You can see that now. So, I mean, I think he knows what he's doing. I think he's got a good plan. Blizzard's now trying to get by Calzo again. Hopefully this time they don't collide. Yeah, they got close to it. Didn't quite manage it, though. Blizzard got by.
He's definitely confident in his pace. As Jacotex is the key to the back end there. I think he's definitely hoping for a safety car.
Yeah, he's... well, he can go to the end, of course. Who says he can't go to the end? We were saying this earlier on. He can do that.
Talk less, Owen. Like, the way you're using your voice right now, like... Do that, but just less. You know what I mean?
Listen, right. If his tires blow up at the end, you can laugh at me. But if he does get to the end, if that's what he's doing, then it could work. And he could even stick sauce on and fly through the field if he fancies. If he gets a safety car, so I mean, it could work. Then again, we'll all do that.
Fly up from 19th to 14th. Yes.
Could do it. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Anyway, we're waiting for something to happen now. Come on. I know we saw something happen on the last lap, but I'm bored now. We need someone else to happen. it is getting quite congested in the fight
Onyx,
for
I think, will finally
P9.
get Liam here.
Yeah, he's
I think Onyx will finally get Liam.
he's got way more ERS, hasn't he? He can probably put a lot of power in on this back straight. And he is going to be within that magic 4/10, but so is Jonathan. And so is Casper. This could get quite saucy in a second, but Onyx waits a while to put the ERS up. He's not sitting in the slipstream, he does not fancy it.
Yeah, he wants the slipstream.
How boring is he? Because he's not going to have Jonathan on, and what if Jonathan decides he's going to mug him off?
On him, please. Aww.
Arguably, he deserved to lose the position there. Come on.
Right.
Oh, we got some fighting for P10 though, and we've got side by side. Oh, they've hit. Ryan goes Calzo, second time off of that corner, and this time he's facing the wrong way around.
Absolutely bullied down the field.
No, he's been disqualified as well. This could bring out a safety car depending on where he ends up. He was driving the wrong way. Really, what else could he do, in all fairness? But will we get a safety car? I don't think we will.
Caught right back up to the shout for a podium. Imagine where he'd be if he didn't spin or have that altercation with Blizzard.
He could still be there. I mean, yeah, I think he still has the pace. I mean, we're all waiting for these guys to start fighting, which will happen. They're not going to say this the whole race. They can't. Because what's the point? Eventually, with like 5 laps to go, they're going to start going for moves, because someone like Gil is going to start going for moves because he thinks, I've got to get to the front of this. And especially if Lakitu starts to fall back, and he probably will stay out. The more he stays out at the minute, the more likely it looks like he will keep staying out. And if he does...
If Onyx, I get ahead of Liam before he gets to Lakitu. That seems the thing to do. Right? I think that's what he's going to try and do this time.
In the PSGL Limited Cup, we had the same sort of situation where a car stayed out as Onyx does go by on the straight. Liam, I'll give you my fault later on, but Liam finally does back off. I don't know why Onyx didn't do that on the last lap, frankly, but now Jonathan could try or not. He's not going to. Looks like Casper might try though. Oh. No, Jonathan will try. He's going to brake late.
I think that was more defensive.
Must have been, yeah.
Casper, good defending, to be fair to him.
But what I was going to say earlier, we had this in the PSGL Limited Cup when a Renault was on an old set of tyres and he was super slow. And he held up the whole field. It took about 3 laps for one person to pass him. We could very easily see the same thing out in here with Lakitu. And if it does happen, it's going to start happening on the next lap. And the longer he stays ahead of his train, the longer the train's going to get. And eventually, someone's going to snap. And I know PSGL Limited Cup isn't, as official as this, but same sort of principle applies. This could get entertaining.
Yeah,
or not, but hopefully it does.
Gil is right on the back of Casper there. I think I wouldn't be surprised if he has a move here. He sticks it into the highest ERS setting. Goes for it. Gets good traction. He has done. Casper's going to be in trouble.
Lakitu does pit then. That's really odd, that decision. I don't get that, because he's going to fall right down. He might as well have tried to defend it, but he didn't. Onyx won't be complaining now, I guess.
Yeah,
and Lakitu on to soft, and we've got Gil looking for the cutback. Nice try, he'll give it a go now after turn 4. I don't think he'll have quite enough speed, but he's certainly showing his intentions now. And he's there. And Lee on the outside there of Blizzard couldn't get that move done, even if he wanted to. Right, now these guys starting to get interested, but yeah, as you say, Lakitu's just last now. I mean, what's he going to achieve from there? He might as well have just stayed in second or in third place. Because what's the worst that would have happened? He would have fell out of the points. And now...
I guess he was...
he's going to be out of the points. So cause it. I know that's not really very legal, but he could well have just caused it by holding it all up. I mean, there's ways to manipulate it, but he probably did the worst thing there that he could have. He might get a fastest lap out of it. I don't know if we score it outside the top 10, but I mean, what if it doesn't?
78 people watching. I hate every single one of you, by the way. As Gil has lost out Casper a little bit here, and I think no, Jonathan's just about.
Right, lads, do you fancy giving these people something to watch?
Obviously, he's
I mean,
almost out of the DRS of Liam.
do you know what?
But
Jacotex,
we're
by
gonna
the
have
way,
to
Jacotex has got his ERS practically the same now as Yarno, and he's still right on him. So this will heat up soon.
Looks like he was very confident in his pace. That's why he let Yarno go. I guess he was. It's surprising because I guess on the medium tires he wasn't as confident because Yarno easily. But on the hards, Jacotex is as fast, if not faster than him.
Lickle has.
I stand corrected.
Lickle's going to hit Midnight here. This is going to be tight on the way down the hill. We're side by side, Hamilton-Rosberg style. And it's Midnight who tries to come out on top, but then didn't have the grip. And now Forbes tries to go at the inside of Midnight for P12. And yeah,
His race completely hit the fan.
it did, didn't it? And he's trying on the outside though. This could be quite a nice move if he can make it stick. And bit of contact.
That was a move and a half.
Midnight has been side by side with a car for most of the lap, and he's still trying to keep it side by side, but eventually does lose out.
What an overtake by Forbes!
Yeah, good driving.
He gave him literally to the millimeter the amount of space required.
Blizzard has a penalty that will hurt him quite a lot. That.
Who?
Blizzard, because I don't think anyone else is going to get one. It's so easy to not get penalties on this track, so if you do get one, then you could find yourself in quite some trouble. Saying that, Blizzard is... Well, he actually will lose one position, thinking about it. So maybe it won't cost him too badly. And he'll probably lose that position now anyway, because here comes Lee. He's right on him. I'm sure he can ask Jeff about penalties, but he'll have an idea soon. Forbes gets by Lickle now. Oh, it's contact. Might have been lag that though.
So when is Jake do it? Let's try the. He's made a mistake there, so that's not gonna.
I think we're still we're jinxing people here.
Like, does he want to try on the? He's not going. I would save it till the penultimate lap, and then on the last lap, just go full beans with the ERS.
Yeah. No, I'm lagging a bit now. I think Jacotex has got by. I don't think that's happened, has it?
No, that's not. My screen.
I haven't got another invite. I don't think if this breaks on me. But we're back to where we are. We're back to normal. I think. Stream's still alive, so sorry for that small technical difficulty.
Jacotex is one behind. There we go. He's sorted stuff.
I don't think it has. I don't think it has sorted itself out. Has Blizzard left? Did Blizzard leave?
Yes.
Right, he did. And Louis left. Okay, they've left together. Okay. Right, because I was worried there for a second. Right.
Alright, we're back to normal now.
We're live, it's okay. Welcome back. You didn't miss anything, because of course you haven't. It's Bahrain, you can't pass. Although it does look quite fun in that 5/10th now, that will be, of Forbes Liquor Blocks at midnight. Just a bit more of an incentive, you know?
Oh, yes.
So fight hard, people.
Forbes,
Right.
I think, pit the earliest out of all of these guys, so he's gonna be a bit of a sitting duck, I think.
Right then, so we're getting into crunch time now. 3 laps to go at the end of this one. It's about time we start overtaking, don't you think?
Yeah, would be ideal.
Someone's gonna do it. Someone's gonna do it. We've got a 5-way fight for 3rd place. Like, come on. At least, if anything, that will be fun, right? I mean, Gil is right there. He's ready. He's ready for it. He's not going for it. Will Jacotex go for it? He's getting close. Will he go for it under brakes?
Gil has no straight line speed at all. He just can't. His best chance to get deal with Casper will be up.
I think he's struggling with fuel. That could be a problem. I think he's quite low on fuel at the minute. But he has got enough to go rich on the straights. I don't really know why he's not going for it. Maybe he's just got high winds. Could be right. Yeah. Huh. Interesting. Lion and Deso are fighting away. They're in a fight for 14th place. Yay. So, I think Jacotex might fancy just waiting until the final lap, you know, because he can do that. I think he can brake late enough into turn 1. And I think even if Jarno was to give it full beans, he can't combat the straight line speed.
I think this is his best chance to do it, Jacotex.
Onyx penalty. That is big trouble for him.
Onyx,
oh,
you
dear.
clown.
Oh, it is a massive error, that. He probably can't believe it. He will fall down to 7th almost certainly. I don't think anyone else has got a penalty in that fight, so that's a real shame. You can see JD having a go at pad users.
Jay, he's gonna do it.
That's a bit late, isn't it? He's might not keep that. He's gonna have to switch back Jarno. Jarno will have a little go at the hill, I reckon, if he doesn't put the ERS up. I do wonder if Jarno is happy to let that one happen, because he's not in a great position to go for it on the final lap. As Jacobson has a massive slide.
That's not gonna help, Jay. That's not gonna help.
This suddenly doesn't look too good for him anymore, does it? And
I don't know. I think track position is pretty useful. I don't think it's cut and dry. It depends on how well he defends it.
Look at this. He is absolutely holding him up massively as Jacotex. He is saving every ounce of ERS he can at the minute. Jarno, if I were you, I'd just turn it down to play him at his own game. Because this is going to be potentially an easy overtake in the end. Look at him, he's on 0. If I were Jacotex, I'm letting Jarno through right now and getting the DRS. Let him through on this straight if I was him. Because that's all he can do to defend, surely. But look at him. Forbes has crashed off, I think.
Ooh.
Or something's gone wrong for him. He's down to 13th, but we're on the final lap, and Jarno's got a clear shot at the win. Here he goes, down towards turn 1. Jacotex, he defends super late, nearly contact, and surely Jarno's going to get through anyway. But Jacotex breaks late. He's going to go for the exit. He hits him. He couldn't find a way through, and Jarno leads for now. Is there any way back for Jacotex on this final lap? I don't think there is. Unless he dives him. He dives him on the inside. Tries to psych him out. But Jarno is wise to that. And we've got all sorts of fighting going on behind into turn 1 as well. And up the hill. We'll catch up on all that one later on. But now Jacotex.
That's it.
But now Jacotex is too low on ERS. He's too low. He's too low. I think it's over.
He well enough, I'm afraid. He was so preoccupied with
look at that.
Jarno, but he just didn't defend the inside.
Sorry, I got the 5 for 10th, and it's very entertaining as well. I say, this 5 for 10th has been something else today. It's probably been the best fight out there.
This 3rd to 6th being for like 9 laps, and I'm very annoyed by this.
Right then, so we're in the closing stages. We've only got 2 corners to go, and you've got to say, Jacotex played himself, didn't he? He didn't have to pass on lap 28. I don't know why he thought that was a good idea. Jarno was wise to Jacotex's incompetence, and he comes up to the line. The reserve comes home and wins the first race of the season by just 0.4 of a second. Jacotex comes home in P2. Onyx will be third on track, but he's going to plummet down to P7. So that means Liam will claim the podium. The final podium spot for Red Bull. Jonathan 4th, Casper 5th, Gil 6th, and Onyx 7th. Lee 8th, Paris 9th, and who will be 10th? It will be Lickle. Dr. Tomato comes home 11th. Forbes will be 12th, and he's going to crash as well for good measure. Midnight 13th, Deso 14th, Lion 15th, Lakitu. What are you doing, Lakitu? He should have just stayed out. Because look what that's done. He's 24 seconds. He's pitted again. He's going for the fastest lap again, but why? Oh well. Blizzard will be classified. Noble Louis, McQueen, or Calzo, so Lakitu will be our last finisher. He's got the fastest lap, but really, who cares? And well, given Alamonda, Mark is saying that's one of Jay's best drives in PSGL F1. And yeah, he finished second, but he could so easily have won that thing if he was just a bit smarter.
I don't even think the overtaking on lap 28 was a problem. not defending well on lap 29 was where he kind of messed it up.
I mean,
Because
like I say,
Jarno,
he could have done anything. What he did was the worst thing he could have done.
it was just inside the line. He could have kept that position because Jarno didn't got past him, but his full car wasn't like ahead of him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But because Jarno had the inside line, the Jaketex couldn't get him.
Yeah.
So I think he just didn't defend the position well enough.
Well, hopefully he learned from his mistakes.
That's why Jarno's an esports winner. Well, esports contender rather.
Yes.
And Jaketex is just some random pad boy.
Well, there you go, folks. There is your finishing order. I would go through, but it's 14 seconds left, and I can't talk that fast. So, yeah. Shall we try and get the podium drivers into the party? Maybe we can scold Jagetex a little bit. I'm sure you'd love to. If I can ever get his username. What's his username? J. Opmere. Hope they're willing to chat anyway.
Away.
Lakichi, what? Did he? Oh. Flip. I didn't think that was even possible. He must have bullied... He must have bullied those tires. That's my only solution. He has to. I refuse to be wrong. I'm sorry. I'm not being wrong here. No Jaketex. We'll do that in a minute. Let me just try and get the rest of the podium drivers in. Right, you want Blizzard. I know Blizzard will chat. Or at least he does most of the time. Aaron mentioning my PlayStation. Cheers. Oh, nice to know someone mentioned it. Nice to see the old PlayStation getting some love. Right then. I've invited all the people into the party. It's a matter of, will they actually join? Big question. Yes, Liam, there are post-race interviews, for goodness sake. Because I said all of last season, I'll do podium interviews, and I never did.
Apparently we had a peak of 82 viewers.
Yeah, we did.
My influence right there, by the way.
It just... Shut up. It just died. I can't believe it. Let me take a little bit of credit. Right then, so we're
What was the fastest lap? What was Jarno's fastest lap in the race? Was it 28.8?
I have no idea. I wasn't looking at that.
I think it was. I want to see if I did it. I'm petty like that.
You're too petty, man.
From like 6 months ago.
Look how good I was once. Oh dear. Seems the podium...
Did I say 6? No, I meant 7 months ago.
7. I thought it was 4 months since my ILR race. It wasn't. It was like 6. I don't know how to calculate time. In fairness.
I think we're both just frauds. I think that's what it boils down to.
Yeah. Yeah.
That being said, I still have some time trial records. Well, not records, but some top 5 time trial laps from like 6 months ago, which just demonstrate my power.
I missed those sweating moments. Speaking of sweats, Speaking
of...
Yo, how are you?
Yeah, good. Well done on the win.
Thank you.
Be honest. Be honest. You must have been absolutely thrilled to see Jaketex pass you on lap 28.
Yeah, I was kind of expecting it from the lap before because he was already really close in. So yeah, obviously he had DRS for quite a while. I was prepared for him to overtake, so that definitely helped me in the last lap. Yeah, and I think this too powerful to keep me behind, I guess. So yeah, that's.
Right, I'm just gonna try and invite Liam because apparently he said he didn't get an invite. Watch me have invited the wrong S2B driver. Just get some random person. I would do that though. That's the thing. Right, hold on. People, just wait a minute. You won't be able to hear other people for a second. Hold on, just 1 second. Right, make sure you unmute Odems. He would unmute Odems now.
He'll be nice. Say he'll be nice.
He'll be very nice to you. I think. Just don't mention season. Just don't mention season 22, and we'll be fine.
I'm like the nicest person I've ever met.
Are you? You're the nicest person you've ever met.
Hello,
yeah,
Yarno.
Of course you are.
Buddy, the entire stream I was talking about how terrific a driver Yarno Opener was.
Have you got your mic on, Share, Yarno?
Well, good question.
Yes,
check.
Probably important.
It should be. Allow your voice to be shared. It's always.
Apparently, no one can hear him.
Right. Apparently, no one could hear you.
So he was just talking to you.
Okay.
Have you unmuted each other?
Sorry?
No.
Have you unmuted?
I don't have him muted. He has me muted.
And unmute each other. Yes. I don't know why. I don't know why it's. Liam, I've invited you like 4 times. Well, anyway, while we wait, it appears no one could hear your answer. Maybe because I was inviting people, that might be my fault. But yeah, like I say, why do you think Jacotex tried to pass you on lap 28 rather than lap 29? Because from in the commentary box, we both thought that is the worst thing he could possibly have done.
Yes, probably yes, because I think he thought that he was maybe going to be able to keep me behind in the last lap on the straight. But yeah, the arrest rate was going to be way too powerful. So.
I'll tell you what, his defense on the final lap, I mean, I had me and Oden's going as well. I mean, he so nearly turned into you on that straight. So it was a good overtake. I'm sure you'll enjoy watching that one back. But yeah, even though you're reserved, do you reckon you'll probably get a seat every week? I reckon Connor will find a way to shoehorn you in.
Yeah, there might be points where I won't be able to fit in, but sure, if I will be able to win every race, I will have a good chance still to on the championship. So yeah, especially with Luis having a disconnect, which is quite unfortunate for him because he was definitely the quickest. Clearly. So yeah, that was a shame for him because now he got 0 points instead of 16. But yeah, surely he was going to be fast on other tracks anyway. So.
Right, Odems, have you got anything to add there for Yarno?
He has me muted, Owen.
He doesn't have you muted. Have you got him? Unmute him. Or is his mic playing up? Listen, I don't want to be this playground person that has to be like a regulator. Just unmute and so we can chat. Talk to him. Let me know he's unmuted because we're now just in a bit of a silence now. Or we could just talk to Liam. That's always an option. He's left. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Well, Liam, looks like it's just you left.
He'd literally rather die than talk to me. That's
So
the
sad.
situation we're in right now.
That's so sad. Right then, Liam, if you got your mic on share,
Yeah.
we've always got to check that one. Right. So, how was it in the train then? Because it looked so pedestrian and boring. I'm sure it probably wasn't, but how difficult was it to pass out there?
Yeah, I kind of think unlucky that I got into that train, because I think I was the quickest. Onyx then was able to stick with me, and yeah, then he passed me, then it was just a bit boring. And 2 laps before the end or so, Onyx got a penalty, so yeah, from then on it was pretty easy for me to stay where I am and get that podium.
So, how do you feel about the rest of the season then? Do you reckon you can keep that up? Maybe put a title charge on, if possible?
Yeah, surely. Bahrain is not my best track, and I think I could have stuck with the top 2 if it wasn't for the first lap, because I got back down to like P6 or so, and I lost a bit of time behind the first India. And yeah, then Yano and Jaketex were gone, so yeah. Maybe I can challenge for the win in the next races.
Have you got anything to add, Odems? I imagine you can probably hear you.
Yes.
Hey.
I like talking to someone that doesn't have me muted. Hello, Liam.
Hey, what's up?
I got back. You happy?
Yeah, I'm in.
It's good. Anyway, Australia next. Are you looking forward to it?
Yeah, Australia is my favorite track, so I'm definitely gonna be pretty good at it, and maybe I can challenge for the win.
Okay, and before you go, who do you predict will be the top 3 of the championship come the end of the season?
Yeah, hopefully me first. Yeah, probably Luis gonna win it, then Yano, and yeah, hopefully me in P3.
Alright, good stuff.
I'm just curious, were you watching the restart on lap 4? Because it looked like they were going absolutely crazy. What actually happened there? Because it looked like 4s went early, and then it just caused chaos.
Yeah, Luis got a disconnect. So yeah, I wasn't accelerating, and I had a little bit of a gap, so I could go for a throttle. And yeah, and the top 2 guys had to slow down because of the disconnect from Luis. And then I think we all gone for a right or so, and it was a bit scary, but luckily I think no one got damaged or anything. Yeah.
Yeah, it was shockingly clean. I was expecting a massive pilot one to happen, but yeah. Do you know what? It was good driving from pretty much everyone out there today. There was only a couple of silly incidents, but genuinely, we've got a very strong field. We've got very clean driving by the looks of it, so good stuff, and well done on your race today. And thank you to all the viewers who turned out to watch. 82 apparently was our peak, so get in there. How's that one, AOR? Don't tell them I said that. But anyway, thank you all for watching. Hope you've all enjoyed it. Hopefully we'll be able to hear Odems properly next week, and hopefully my stream will be a little as grainy, because apparently it was a bit grainy. But listen, you got to watch it. That's the main bit, and I hope you all had fun.
Hopefully, Yarno won't win this time again.
Oh, yeah, I think we've got that. We've got the beef back on again, don't we? Has he had you muted since season 22, do you reckon?
Oh yeah, he's had me muted for like a year at this point.
Oh dear. Well, on that bombshell, I think we should probably end before we offend someone.
I think he blocked my YouTube account, which is weird.
Maybe he was a part of the Italian fangirls.
Maybe he was, you know.
It's always a possibility, isn't it? But anyway, thank you all for watching. Hope you've all enjoyed it. We are at Albert Park next week. We're going to make that race interesting. So if you're a bit disappointed by the real life F1, you've always got PSGL the next day. So thank you all for watching. And if you fancy watching me win in Australia, I'm at 8 PM on Sunday, F3. Be there as well. Because Ollie's commentator, he's a good commentator. Anyway, cheers for watching. I've rambled enough. Thank you all for watching and enjoying. Subscribe, put notifications on, blah 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 blah. And yeah, see you all next week. Safe travels, folks. I really need to get better at ending streams. And my party's just gone and all. Right, shall I leave now? Yeah, do you know what I've done? I've ended the party up the stream. We'll try again.